Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-June 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Aries. Totally fine if you find this video a few days before the middle of the month, a few days after the middle of the month. You can even find it 2 years from now. You're going to hear it when you need it, Aries, so just keep that in mind. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. But in column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at the remainder of June. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a healing crystal for the month, and a healing note for you. But let's go and jump in and see what we've got going on. This could be a summary card, so kind of a summary of what's happened these last few weeks or month. We have the card stretch. When I see the card stretch, it's like you've had to stretch to do something. It's taken a little bit more effort than it usually would. It's been a little harder to get things done. Again, you're stretching for it. But let's see what messages come through. Oops, make sure you're in the frame here. Let's see what messages come through here. The first card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very patient card. So that makes sense with the stretch. Maybe things have been more difficult to accomplish, or they've taken a little bit longer to accomplish. But this is also a really good card in terms of job, money, raises. So some sort of new money news for you. The next card that we have is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a very romantic card, very much so a card of love. Think about partnership, proposal, marriage. So it could be a new relationship, it could be friendship even, new love interest, engagement, marriage. This could also be a business proposal though, so it's not always an engagement type proposal. But this could have been a new job offer or some sort of business opportunity as well, Aries. Then at the bottom we have the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you that have watched my videos before, you know the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of good fortune. It's a card of being in a turning point, a card of good luck. You see the wheel on here is quite literally turning. Let's clarify this though and see what other messages we have. The first card we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an ace card, it is a card of newness. The Ace of Swords is usually a new idea, some sort of new mental clarity. So through this waiting, I think you have had some sort of new idea come up on how you want to handle something, or there's been some clarity that's come through this waiting. Maybe you were like ready to go on a decision, and now that you've had to wait, it's made you like really think about it and possibly come up with a different idea of how you're going to handle it. But definitely some new ideas could be associated with the job as well. New money. So 2 new cards paired together there. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Of course, that ace card being, anytime we have an ace card, it is a card of newness. With the Ace of Pentacles, this is job, raise, promotion, investment, income. So again, that new money coming through pretty clear here with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. It is on top of that Two of Cups, which we were talking about. That could be that business proposal, that business opportunity. When I see this on top of a love card too, this could be an indicator of new money for your spouse or family. Sometimes when it's paired with a love card like that. And then at the bottom we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of commerce, expansion, travel. So we do have another commerce card here, so lots of money cards sprinkled through this column. But this is also, again, a card of expansion, so that could be that growth with that new job, the growth of the money. Also a card of travel, so some of you could have been traveling. This could be an indicator of a point where you start traveling more, a point of expansion, a turning point to more money as well. overall looking really good there. The next column we have, again, is taking a look at what's going to happen through the end of June. We have the card fragments. When I see the card fragments, this means that you usually are getting like bits and pieces of information. You don't have the full picture, you have fragments of everything that's going on. So do keep that in mind as you go into the end of June, as you may not have the full picture, you may not have all of the information that you need, Aries. But let's see what messages we have here for you. The first card we have is the Two of Wands. Wand energy is coming through pretty strong just in this first part of the reading that we've done so far. Wands are fire signs and it's very much so attached to creativity, so just keep that in mind. But with the Two of Wands, this is a card of waiting for results. This could also be travel too. So travel message continues and waiting continues to be a message. The waiting, though, I do think is associated to that fragment or not having all the information, not having all the pieces you need. I don't think you'll be waiting for a long time, but there could be some delays going into the end of June. The next card that we have is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active, new project, new creative idea. What I'm hearing, Aries, is that there's something that you want to move forward with, some sort of new idea, project, but there could be a delay on it. So you're ready to go, but the world is kind of saying maybe you're not ready to go. So possibly some delays with this new thing associated with the Page of Wands. Then at the bottom here we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is typically not a very good relationship. This is bully, theft, violent, abusive relationship. Those kind of toxic, not very good for us relationships. I'm not sure what the message is here. Of course, we're going to clarify. For some of you, this could be like needing to heal from this relationship, or this could be a relationship that you're moving away from you because it's not serving you. But let's clarify and see what messages we have here. The first clarifying card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. This is a card of enjoying your employment, mastering your craft. It's that work smarter, not harder energy. But when I see the Eight of Pentacles, this is also like your hard work paying off. So continue to pursue, continue to push forward, even though there could be some waiting. Possibly not all the pieces are in place with that fragments card. But nonetheless, continue to work hard for it. Again, this card means that your hard work is going to be paying off. You're going to be reaping the benefits. So continue to push forward. The next card we have is the Ace of Cups. Again, anytime we have an ace card, it is a card of newness. We have lots of aces sprinkled in here. With the Ace of Cups, though, this is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So any of those things could be coming to you. Again, proposal may not necessarily be engagement. It can be, but it can also be that business proposal or some sort of new money proposal. Proposal having lots of meanings here. And then at the bottom we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of being very supportive, being very tolerant, being very empathetic. I am going to say that there needs to be some healing still. So with this Five of Swords, there was some sort of not very good relationship, that toxic relationship, Aries, that you still need to heal from. The King of Cups is coming through as you. So this is the support you'll be providing yourself, the tolerance you provide yourself, the empathy that you provide yourself. So an indicator of some healing happening going into the end of the month for you. The next column we have is our money column. So think anything related to job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. Again, anything you think of when you think money. The first card that we have is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card of theft, betrayal, dishonesty. It's moving away from something. There have been a lot of new money cards for you and new opportunity cards. So I'm going to say that there's something that's making you unhappy with your current financial situation or your current career. It could be theft, betrayal, dishonesty. Could just be not feeling good. And if you look at this card, this person's like gathering their swords and they're moving away. So I do think a lot of you are moving on to a new opportunity. The next card that we have is the Sun card. The Sun card is one of the best cards in the entire deck. It's a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. So there's going to be some really good money, financial, career times coming for you. Again, I do see a lot of you moving on, and as you move on, you're going to be really happy you did. This is again going to be that happiness, that joy, that successful outcome that you've been looking for. At the bottom, we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a card of having to multitask or weigh your options. So some of you, the discontentment could be coming from having to multitask, having lots going on. The Two of Pentacles is a very busy card. But this could also be you kind of weighing your options about whether you're going to move forward with the new opportunity or not. I would encourage you to do so, especially with that Sun card there, indicating a very positive outcome for you. We have the Two of Pentacles coming up again, so just echoing, this is going to be a busy next few weeks for you, but I see you doing this kind of juggling act of weighing your opportunities, weighing your options, deciding if you're going to move forward, run away, like with those Five Swords, which I do see many of you moving forward onto this much better opportunity. On top of the Sun card, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a card of being very solid, being very practical. This is like a long-term card, so I like to see this. It's also a leadership card, so a lot of you could be moving into a leadership role. It's a card of wise investment too, so some of you could be making new investments on the money front. Very good investment card. But again, whatever this next thing is, it looks very good with the Sun energy. Then at the bottom here we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of leaving a legacy. It's retirement, it's inheritance. Some of you could be retiring. Congratulations for those of you that are. That's very exciting. That could be this change, this balancing act that you're working through. For others, you could be getting an inheritance or some sort of sum of money as well with the Ten of Pentacles. But very broadly, generally speaking, when I see the Ten of Pentacles, it's about leaving a legacy. So it's saying you're making the right choice long-term financially. So definitely go after this new opportunity here. Now in our next column, we're going to take a look at anything related to love. Think family, friends, relationship, children. Again, anything that makes you think of love, Aries. The first card that we have is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. I do see some of you being very overwhelmed and kind of burnt out. I don't know that this is like specific to a relationship or specific to a person. This is just you coming through as tired is what I'm getting. When I see the Ten of Wands, this is a good card. Also a reminder, if you don't meditate, it could be a really good option for you. The Ten of Wands is very much so associated with meditation. The next card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It could be reflection. This is also a card of reunion. I would anticipate that there will be a reunion for some of you going into the end of this month. This could be family, friend, relationship, lover. Could even be a child or a parent that we're being reunited with. But reunion is coming through pretty strong there. However, with the reunion, we have the Nine of Wands, and this is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. If you look at this card, they didn't build a fence, or they didn't build a wall, but they built more of a fence. And this is about filtering in the things that you want and keeping out the things that you don't want. So as you go into this reunion, or really any relationship, make sure that there are clear boundaries that are serving you well. Let's see what messages I can give you here. We have the Six of Pentacles to start off with. The Six of Pentacles is a very generous card. This is a card of giving or receiving help. I think for some of you, you're doing too much for others right now, and that is leading to that Ten of Wands, that exhaustion type energy. So do be aware of that. This is again kind of feels like protecting you, taking time for you, not overdoing things. You're carrying a lot. You're doing so much with that Ten of Wands. So being generous is a good thing, but make sure that you're not overdoing it, Aries. The next card we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is also another very tired card. This is a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. So again, make sure you take some time for yourself, do those meditations, get to bed early, ask for help when needed. Be generous, but don't be overly generous. But definitely take some time between the Ten of Wands and the Four of Swords to do some R&R going into the end of June. Then at the bottom here we have a repeat card, our Six of Cups. You know, I like when this happens because it's like a big clear message. With the Six of Cups here, this is again that reunion. I do think a lot of you are going to be getting reunited with somebody, and the message coming through here is make sure that you have clear boundaries with this person when you are reunited. Then last but not least, we have the card Influence. Our fifth and final column is going to be a message from our future self or spirit guides. The card Influence, I like this. This is a good reminder of two things. This is about focusing on the things that you can control, so the things that you have influence over, but it's also a reminder of how much you can actually influence, which is a lot more than we realize oftentimes. So let's go ahead and get started here. That column's going to be really short. Sorry, our mat is kind of in a weird position here. But let's see what messages I have for you in this fifth and final column, Aries, and see what we've got. The first card coming up is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a card of having to make a decision, and sometimes this feels like it can be a compromise, but definitely a decision coming for you going into the end of June. The next card that we have is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card about going through a necessary transition. I know this card looks gloomy, but I actually really like it because, again, it's that necessary transition. It's those things that need to happen. If you look at the card, the people are facing away from us. Their heads are hanging low. There's swords in the boat, but the boat is moving forward in a positive direction. So as you make this decision, it may feel like a compromise, it may not feel like the best thing, but again, it's part of this necessary transition. It's taking you to this better place. The Six of Swords can also quite literally mean relocating or moving, so some of you could be physically moving too. And at the bottom here, we have the Ace of Swords. You have Ace of Swords in both corners here. That Ace of Swords, again, meaning new ideas, new clarity. So this transition is going to take you to a place of more clarity. I do also want to call out that these are all Swords cards in this row. Swords are air signs, and it's very intellectual type energy. Well, let's clarify and see what other messages I can give you. The first card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. As I mentioned earlier, if you've watched my readings before, you know the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards. Also Wheel of Fortune in both corners here. But the Wheel of Fortune is a card of good fortune. It's that turning point. It's good luck. So definitely as you make this decision, it's unlocking this turning point that you've actually really been waiting for. The next card we have is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of apathy, feeling unfulfilled. If you look at this person, they're just sitting under the tree and they're really not particularly happy. So again, this transition needs to happen. We need to move to a point where we're not feeling that apathy, or we're not feeling that lack of fulfillment. So again, necessary transition, definitely want to move forward into a better place. Then at the bottom we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. So you're making this decision, you're going through this transition because you have this desire to be better, to do better, to feel better. So good reason to make this change. Overall, things look really good, Aries. At this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. If you don't have questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck, though, to give you these answers. For question number 1, we have the Ace of Hearts. This is a number 11 card. This is going to be a no. Oops. Question number 2 is the 9 of Spades. This is number 41 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 3 is the 7 of Spades. This is number 25 card. That's going to be a no. So you have no, yes, no, Aries. We're also going to take a look at your crystal of the month, which we pulled from our Healing Stones deck earlier this month. Your crystal for June is black tourmaline, which is good for protection and relaxation. Relaxes the body, mind, spirit. It's also really good at like protecting you and fending off any bad energy. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Always a good way to end. Your card says, life offers you a second chance. It's called tomorrow. Thank you so much, Aries, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this reading resonates with you. Also, subscriptions do help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you, Aries, and have a wonderful rest of your June.